Hello, welcome back to my channel. So another rig video today, and this one is going to be the chod rig. So this is a rig that you can use in many situations really. If you know that you're fishing over a little bit of weed or there's debris on the bottom of the lake, say like dead leaves and stuff like that, or even just a really silty lake bed, then this one is going to be the best rig for you. You can also use it when you're casting to shoving fish and you're not sure what you're going to be fishing over. You can cast this one out and have confidence that it's going to be sitting with your hook bait visual to the fish. So this is how I tie it up. Right, so to start this rig off, we're going to get our chod hook. Like I said with the other ones, there's loads of different companies, they all do chod hooks. So just whichever one you've got confidence in, whichever brand you're using, I'd suggest sticking with them ones. So you want to get some chod, really thick hook link material. Now it's really stiff, this stuff, so it's perfect for the job. So what we're going to do is, I don't know if you can see on the chod hook, it's got an out-turned eye on it. Normally on the other hooks, the eye of the hook will be coming inwards. This one is turning outwards. So we want to put our material through that side of the eye of the hook and just pull yourself about an inch or two through the hook. Pinch it down close to the back of the hook and just give it a few turns like your normal knotless knot. Right, so I've just gone 7 or 8 times around the hook, and then you want to push the end of the hook link material back through the eye. So going the opposite way till you went through it. Just pull that down tight. Now if you can, there's a natural bend in this hook link material where you've took it off the spool. Try and keep it. I mean, it doesn't matter really because you're going to do something to it afterwards, but try and keep the bend going that way with the hook. So we pull that down nice and tight, and then what we're going to do now is get our bait screw. So a bait screw or rig ring will be fine for this. Always used to use a rig ring and then tie the bait on, but with these bait screws now it just makes the job so much easier. Right, so with the hook link, we're just going to get the bait screw and put that on that little bit of line that we've got hanging out the top there. And then what we're going to do is going to get that line out of the way and just put the line back through the eye of the hook. Right, so we've just pulled the line back through. Now what I would do is just pull it all the way down nice and tight so it takes that away, and then we just want to trim this little hook link, this little tail bit here, just leaving a little section on the end. So just cut it, leaving a little bit there. And then what we're going to do with this end bit is we're just going to blob that with a lighter. So make sure all the other lines out of the way. Just blob that down. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to get a baiting needle and just pull this loop back out. So yeah, with your needle, just put it through that little D there, pull it all down until that blob that you've just done with your lighter is sitting back on the edge of the hook. Yeah, so you want your hook link to just be sitting like that. It's a bit tricky to show you on the camera, but obviously with the bait on, that's going to be sitting up. Right, so when it comes to your swivel, because this chod rig's going to be running on your main line, you want to get, you've got the normal swivel at one end, and then it's got a ring on the other side. So obviously that ring is going to have your main line going through it, so your chod rig's going to slide up and down it. Right, so this bit, tying the actual swivel on with this thick material, can be a bit difficult to get used to start with. But once you've tied it a few times, you'll find it a lot easier. So obviously if the ring is going to be on the main line, we're going to thread all the hook link onto the other side. And just get your chod down to the size you want it. And like your normal knots, you're just going to go where you'd normally wrap it round sort of 7 or 8 times. We're just going to go round 3 times. And just pull it all down tight, moisten it a little bit. Right, so when you're pulling it down tight, you are going to bend this material a bit. So it will look a bit scruffy for the time being, but we can sort that out afterwards. So just a knot in the end. We'll trim off that little tag end. And then the same as the other bit, we're just going to blob the end of that knot. Now that little blob on the end, can't really see it, but that will just stop that knot from slipping. So then what we're going to do then is you can steam this through the over the kettle, or you can just rub your fingers up and down that hook link material, which will heat it up a little bit, and you can just bend that into the shape you want it. Right, so we're going to get our pop up and just screw that onto the bait screw. So once you've got that onto your main line, that will be your finished hook link. Just sitting up perfectly. And like I say, you can play about with this and get a nice little bend in it. I can't really show you up that way at the moment, but the idea is with the bend, the fish coming in from any angle is going to knock it and it will turn the hook. So yeah, if you're not sure what you're fishing over, just stick a chod rig on and I'm sure you'll pick up them fish. So I'm hoping to get my hands on a small fish tank to have up here in the shed so I can demonstrate a bit more what these hook links that I'm doing all look like on the bottom of the lake. So as soon as that's in, I can go through all the rigs I've done so far and I'll do a video showing you what they all look like on the bottom of the lake. So thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video.